breaking inputs here coming in. And 24-year-old victim of moral policing has unfortunately committed suicide in Kerala's Palakkad area. Aneesh, who was found hanging from a tree near his house. A group of youth had assaulted Aneesh and his friend, alleging immoral activity during an outing on a beach on Valentine's Day. The police said that Aneesh had been depressed after that incident, had not gone to work since. Being a young man, Aneesh there, having committed suicide after that incident. Being an extremely unfortunate scenario here, a tragedy here that's coming to light. Breaking inputs here coming in from Kerala. Remember, just a short while back, we had stated how Kerala is taking the lead in starting a sexual offenders registry here to keep a track on sexual offences. But this being the other extreme, a case of moral policing. Aneesh, along with his friends who were out on a beach, were in fact taken up by the police there. This being a case of moral policing, the shots of which we're playing out on your screens there. Aneesh having been as reported as depressed, not reporting to work after that incident, has committed suicide. Aneesh, who was found hanging from his tree, from a tree near his residence. A group of youth, in fact, a correction here, this was a group of youth who had assaulted Aneesh and his friend, alleging immoral activity during an outing at a nearby beach on Valentine's Day. The police here said that Aneesh had been depressed after the incident and had not gone to work since then. Let's get in further inputs here. Megha Warrior with us over the phone line. Thanks for being with us. What more can you get us on this incident? What's the police here maintaining? Has the set of youngsters been identified who in fact had attacked him and his friend at the beach?
So the 5 persons have been accused in this moral policing incident, and they've already been arrested on the very same day when the youth had filed a complaint, that is on 17th February. So all the 5 accused are now currently in judicial custody for a period of 14 days. So these are for charges including outraging the modesty of a woman and several sections of the IT Act, and for manhandling the youth. So as of now, what we are getting on the story is that the police is contemplating adding further sections to this case, which would be abetment to suicide on the existing case. That's what we are learning right now.
That's right. This would in fact only make the case far more severe here, Megha, given that you have unfortunately the victim here having committed suicide now after that incident.
So the police now have 2 options. One is either they can file a separate case for abetment of suicide in the victim's jurisdiction, which is in Palakkad, which is in Agali in Palakkad, or they can also add further this abetment of suicide case to the existing case, which has been filed in Osira police station in Kollam. That's the 2 options that the police have right now.
Okay, and still not having taken that forward by the police. Megha, please stay on with us. Let's get in a word here from human rights activist Ms. Brinda Adige with us over the phone line. Thanks for being with us, Brinda. In your view, this being the unfortunate case, you have the victim having committed suicide after an incident of moral policing by a set of youngsters.
This is something that our politicians seem to be teaching our youth, and they do not allow the justice system to take action. This moral policing bit of it is something that needs to be abhorred by every citizen of the society and of our country. Because Valentine's Day is a commercial issue, is a business issue, and everybody across the world is continuing with this because the government has given permission for everyone to come and sell their wares and goods and do what they want. But a group of students choosing to take law into their own hands, and the police still trying to find a case, file a case, trying to still arrest these people, just goes to show that everybody seems to be hand in glove. And a life has gone, and we are not bothered about this life that has gone. We need to be telling the government moral policing is not your job. Strengthening the present police, strengthening the prosecution and the judiciary is important. educating our children, our youngsters and college students.
Right, but
is
Brinda,
important.
how can this really be brought about? Of course, there are some extreme cases on moral policing where you have the state police itself practicing moral policing, but this being in a case of youngsters doing that on another set of youngsters, how do you think that the police can step in well in time? Well in time, given the fact that this incident having happened, you have the victim going into depression and committing suicide.
We should have had our channels of communication open, and public citizens should be confident enough to go to the police station and make a report.
Okay.
And once a complaint has been reported, it is the job of the police, the duty of the police to arrest these people. We have enough legislation. We have enough laws. We don't need anything new just now. But why did the police hesitate, or why did the public hesitate, is the big question. There is no confidence that the citizen has in the public, in the police. And if that confidence was there, these people could have been warned and could have been kept in protective custody.
Okay.
And said that these things will happen to
Right,
you. and
Brinda, please
law
hold
will
that
take
thought. Going across to the News Minute correspondent here, Megha Warrior, who's been getting us further inputs. Megha, to what extent was the police aware of the victim's condition? Did this come to light only later after his suicide that he was going through depression? How did the police conclude that?
See, the incident happened yesterday evening when Aneesh was found hanging from a tree outside his residence. So after the victim, Aneesh and the woman, had filed a complaint on 17th, the police action then, I must mention, was very prompt. The police had arrested 2 of the 5 accused on the very same day. They conducted an identification parade on the very same day, and they had recorded their arrest. The following day, based on the statements of the 2 arrested, they had arrested all the 5 accused, and I must mention it right now that they're still in judicial custody. So the police, in this case particularly, we cannot say that the police, showed some lapse in probe at all. That is not true. Second, now about the mental condition of the victim. I don't know how far our police is even concerned, or they're bound to consider the mental situation of the victim. So I'm not sure how far there has been communication between the police and the victim, and whether at all there have been efforts to, counsel or ensure the safety of the victim, rather.
Okay, that's a fair point that you've pointed out there, Megha, that in this particular case, the police, of course, stepped in well in time, but unfortunately, too much for the victim to have faced that trauma, taking that extreme step of committing suicide. Megha Warrior of the News Minute, many thanks. Brinda Adiga, appreciate that view coming in from you.